Okay guys, this YouTube Shorts channel hit 116,000 subscribers and over 35 million views, all using free AI tools, but in a smart way. And the craziest thing though, they're not the only ones. See this channel? They got 202,000 subs and they've generated over 23 million views. And the best part, both are fully monetized. Like this one here is pulling in over $10,000 every single month. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to replicate in this video. I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step blueprint to build a channel like this from scratch, and even show you how to make your first viral video using 100% free AI tools. And to prove I'm not just talking out of thin air, here's a quick clip of a video I created using the exact same strategy I'm about to walk you through.
In a dark, spooky forest filled with giant bones, a brave gray wolf searches for a lost baby deer. Suddenly, glowing ghost threads trap him, but with a mighty snap of his jaws, the wolf breaks free. He follows the baby's soft cry and finds it hiding just as creepy skeleton beasts rise from the ground.
This video is going to be a little bit detailed, and that's why I've put together a simple step-by-step checklist you can follow along with. It'll definitely save you time. You'll find the link down below, so make sure to grab it before we get started. Before you click off, hold up. This isn't one of those generic AI content hacks you've probably seen a million times. That stuff doesn't work anymore, especially with YouTube's new policies. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI the smart way to safely grow and monetize your YouTube channel. So grab a coffee, drop a like, and stick around till the end. Okay, so the first thing you got to know about YouTube if you want to succeed with faceless channels is how retention works. And honestly, that's what's going to make or break your video, literally. If you master it, you've basically got the key to going viral with 90% of the videos you post. But first, you need to know why it matters that much. Just let me explain. Now, retention basically shows how long people are watching your video. Let's say someone clicks on your video and leaves right here. That's low retention. If they stick around till the end, that's high retention. And it makes sense when you think about it. See, YouTube wants people to stay on the platform for as long as possible. So the algorithm is always watching how well you're doing at keeping viewers engaged. If you can keep a high retention rate, YouTube will push your video out to more people, and that's when you start going viral. Now, I know you may be thinking, how to get a high retention rate? Well, this is where having a solid storyline comes in. Your video needs to have a beginning, an end, and a middle part, which is the main story. It's like a movie. Every movie has a story, right? And all the answers or big moments usually get revealed at the very end. These days, you can actually use AI to help you come up with storylines that already have the potential to go viral. But hear me on this. If you think all it takes is asking ChatGPT a lazy prompt like this one, and you expect it to give you a viral script, I hate to break it to you, but that's not how it works, my friend. So pay attention here. To get something truly engaging, you need to craft the right prompt. When I say the right, I mean one that guides the AI to actually give you a storyline that would grab the attention. Don't worry though, I'll show you exactly how to do that a little later on in this video. But before we dive into the actual storyline, we obviously need some story ideas first. And of course, we're going to use ChatGPT. As always, I crafted this prompt myself while working on this video. It's super simple to use. All you've got to do is tell it how many story ideas you want. And if you're focusing on a specific animal, just type in the name here. So, in my case, I'm going to go with 10 story ideas and hit generate. As you can see, ChatGPT has already given us some pretty solid stories to play with. Now, this is usually the part where every YouTube guru pops up and goes,
"All right, guys, now ask for the full script."
Can you just f off? So before that, we're gonna do something way smarter. We're asking for scene prompts for both images and videos, because that's what's going to guide the visuals and make your short actually engaging. So yeah, just like before, you only need to fill in how many scenes you want and you're good to go. All right, let's just go with 5 scenes for now. As you can see, I asked ChatGPT to give us all the important details we'll need. Now from here, you just pick the story you like best. For this demo, I'm going with this Wolf of the Bone Forest. So I'll copy that story, paste it back into ChatGPT, and then drop in the prompt we crafted earlier. See? It gives us detailed image and video prompts for every single scene. So now that we've got the prompts in hand, here's where most people get stuck. Usually, you'd have to open Leonardo AI or Midjourney to generate the images, then head over to another site to turn those images into videos. That's like 5 tabs open. I know, that's a big headache. So to avoid this mess, we're using a tool called nim.video, which combines image and video generators in one place. As you can see, it combines VO3, Kling AI, Runway, Minimax, and Pika, all in one place. And nope, this is not a sponsored thing. I'm here just giving you options, and if you'd rather stick to using separate tools, that's totally up to you. Anyway, once you've signed up, click on Try Now. That'll take you straight to this page. But before we paste in our prompt, there are a few quick settings we need to tweak. First, we're going to generate the images, so make sure to click on Image and select the GPT image model. Next, choose the aspect ratio. Since we're making shorts, we're going with 9:16. Now here's the most important part. Set the quality to high. Trust me, this is really important. Once that's done, just head back to ChatGPT, copy your first image prompt, and paste it into Nim. Then just repeat that process for the rest of your scenes. So, it's been a couple of minutes later. The image generation is done, and as you can see, the images are ridiculously good. So now that we've got our images, it's time to turn these images into videos. For this, just click on the image you want. Then, just hit this icon that says Image to Video. Now, we need a video prompt to animate the image. So first, delete the image prompt that's already there. Then go back to ChatGPT, copy the video prompt for that scene, and paste it in right here. But before you hit generate, again, you need to tweak these settings. Make sure you select either the Luma model or the Kling 2.0. For this demo, we're gonna go with Kling 2.0. I've tested it, and it gives really smooth cinematic results. And that's it. Just hit generate and repeat the same process for each image. Now that we've got the videos ready, it's time to add the soul of any viral video, the storytelling. That's why we need a killer script, something that hooks viewers from the first second, keeps them curious, and makes them watch all the way to the end. But before I show you how to generate those crazy scripts with AI, there's a question I keep seeing in almost every comment. Should I buy a pre-monetized YouTube channel or just start from scratch? Now, if you're a beginner, my answer is start fresh. And there's a good reason for that. Just let me explain. A monetized account means you're gonna start earning money from your very first post because the account has already grown and been approved by someone else in the YouTube Partner Program. And of course, that's a huge benefit. The only problem is that you won't make any money if you don't know how to get views. So if you're a beginner and you've got a solid budget, yeah, you can go ahead and buy an account from trusted sites like Monetized Profiles. However, if you're like most people and you've only got a couple of $100 to play with, I think your money is better spent creating more content and learning how YouTube works. If you're interested, I've linked the site below where you can get an account, and don't forget that you can use the promo code Saidox to get a little discount. So hear me on this. If you're broke, focus on learning the game. If you've got the budget, only then, buying an account might be a smart move. I hope things become clear for you guys. Anyways, now let's get to the fun part. Crafting the perfect storytelling flow. For this, we need a powerful script. And yep, we're heading back to ChatGPT for this. But hold up, don't ask it a lazy prompt like, write me a story for this. That's how you end up with a boring script that sounds like your high school history teacher reading from a textbook. Because let me tell you something, viewers today, their attention span is like your phone battery at 1%. You've got like 0.5 seconds to prove you're not boring, otherwise you lose them. So to avoid that, I've already prepared a detailed prompt that'll help ChatGPT give us something that sounds human, emotional, and actually engaging. All you've got to do is fill in this one space with the title of your story. That's it. So go ahead, copy your title. In this case, I'm going with Wolf of the Bone Forest and paste it here. As you can see, I've already told it to make sure the script matches the visuals, connects with both kids and adults, builds emotion, and, most importantly, follows a proper story arc with a beginning, middle, and end. Alright, so just go ahead and hit generate. As you can see, ChatGPT gives us a really solid story. You've got a hooking intro, the actual plot in the middle, and a nice little resolution at the end. Perfect. Now it's time to turn that script into a voiceover. And for that, we're going to use an all-in-one AI tool called DupDub, which is crazy simple to use. But before jumping in, go ahead and copy your script and paste it into a Google Doc. You might want to delete these emojis, add something, or whatever you think would fit the story. So, after you sign up, you'll want to click on the AI voiceover section. Before you paste your text into this box, you need to choose a perfect voice that would match storytelling. So on the right-hand side, you'll see a button that says More Voices. Click on it, and you'll see their voice library pop up. First, scroll down a bit and click on Audiobook. You can simply choose from these voices, but to make sure you get the best result, choose English for the language. For gender, choose male. For age, choose adult. But here's the most important part. Make sure the quality is set to ultra. In my case, I'm picking a voice called Callum.
Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young girl.
To make the voice sound a bit deeper, I recommend adjusting the pitch to -1 or -2. After that, just hit select. Now, we can paste the script here. But before exporting anything, click on Preview to listen.
In a dark, spooky forest filled with giant bones, a brave gray wolf searches for a lost baby deer.
As you can see, it's incredible. Once you're satisfied with the sound, simply click Export and save it to your computer. Before we move on to the next step, we need background music, and not just any background music. I'm talking about making our own from scratch. Now, I know some of you are thinking,
I can't even play the triangle. How am I supposed to make music?
relax, you don't need to. There's this awesome new AI tool that just dropped, and it lets you whip up custom songs with just a few clicks. So instead of grabbing some overused track that's been in 10,000 videos and maybe flagged for copyright, we're gonna create something fresh, something that actually fits our story. All right, let me show you how it works. So you want to use a tool called TopMedi AI to make our soundtrack. And trust me, it's crazy simple. You just type in a prompt describing the kind of music you want. Now, if you're wondering where we can find the prompt, easy. Just go back to ChatGPT and ask it to describe a background song that would match our story, and it must not exceed 180 characters. Copy that description, come back to TopMedi AI, and before you paste anything, make sure to choose Prompt to Music and select the model 4.5. Then just paste the prompt and hit Create, and boom. In a few seconds, your custom track is ready. And listen to this. It actually sounds like a legit music producer made it. And the best part? No copyright headaches. These tracks are 100% unique. So once you find the one you like most, go ahead and download it. Now, at this point, we've got everything we need. The voiceover, the visuals, and now the music. So let's bring it all together in the next step, editing. But before we jump in, if you're finding this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. You know, this stuff takes me ages to research. Anyway, for editing, I usually go with CapCut. It's simple and does the job really well. But here's the thing, CapCut only gives you 2 exports per week on the free plan, which honestly sucks if you're trying to post daily and you're not quite ready to pay for the pro version yet. But as always, Saidox is here to help. There's a tool called Pipit, which is actually part of CapCut. It used to be called CapCut Commerce. It's completely free, has no export limits, no watermarks, and it runs straight from your browser. If you want to check it out, I actually showed how it works in my last video. I'll also drop both links down below in the description so you can pick what works for you. For this demo, I'm using CapCut, but the exact same steps work in Pipit too. So once you click the link, you'll land on this screen right here. Just hit the download button at the top. Once it's on your computer, go ahead and create a brand new project. Then import everything, the voiceover, the visuals, and the background music. Start by dragging your voiceover onto the timeline. Now here's a quick tip. DupDub sometimes adds a few silent gaps in the audio, and those can really mess with the flow, so it's a good idea to trim them out. To do that, just use the split tool. Make 2 cuts around the silence like this, then highlight that part and hit delete. Do this throughout the whole voiceover to remove all the gaps and keep the pacing tight. Once the voiceover is polished, you can start adding the visuals one by one. Now this part is very important. Make sure you add them in the right order so they actually match the voiceover. For this, you can order them by numbers, as I did here, so that you easily know what scene comes first and which one comes next. Now sometimes the visual isn't long enough to cover the entire voiceover, but I've got a solution for it. Click on the clip, then click on speed, and you can either slow it down or speed it up just a little. The goal is to match the clip perfectly with the voiceover. Once all your visuals are in place, we need to add a smooth transition between the scenes. For this, you'll want to head over to the Transition tab. In this tab, you'll find tons of transitions. Some of them are kind of crazy, but I'd recommend sticking with something clean and simple like this one. So just drag it between all your clips to make everything flow nicely. Now, for this next part, CapCut recently locked the auto caption feature behind the Pro version, which is kind of disappointing. But I've got a solution for you. If you're going with Pipit like I showed earlier, you can actually generate captions for free. Just click Caption, hit Auto Caption, and it'll transcribe your video instantly. Just to show you how it works here on CapCut, I'll go ahead and generate the captions. By default, the style is pretty ugly, but we can style it up and make it look way better. Click on Templates over to the right and you'll find a bunch of cool pre-made animations. You can even tweak the style under the Basic tab. Now, once you finish that actually means all the visual stuff is done, and now you can move on to the sound design. So the first thing you want to do is add the song we created earlier. Just drag it down below all the layers and make sure you adjust the volume so it's not too loud. You know, you don't want to make the viewer throw their phone across the room. Now finally, there's one last thing to do, and this is what's really going to make the entire video feel more alive, and that is sound effects. This part can actually be pretty tough if you've never done it before, because, you know, most people don't even know where to get sound effects. So if you have some budget, you can use Epidemic Sound. But if you're like most broke people, just go over to Pixabay, click on the sound effects section, and search for the sound effects you want. For this demo, I already collected a few sound effects that I'm going to use for this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and place them throughout the video, like this, wherever I think it fits. And after all that, we're finally ready to export the video. Now, make sure to set the resolution to 1080p and the FPS to 60 so you can render it in the highest possible quality. Then just click on Export.
In a dark, spooky forest filled with giant bones, a brave gray wolf searches for a lost baby deer. Suddenly, glowing ghost threads trap him, but with a mighty snap of his jaws, the wolf breaks free. He follows the baby's soft cry and finds it hiding just as creepy skeleton beasts rise from the ground. The wolf leaps and fights with all his strength. When dawn comes, the wolf gently guides the baby deer home, hero and friend side by side.
If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and like this video. If you want to see more videos like this, just click on the screen and you're going to be taken to the next one.